You can't afford to start 2026 with the same operating system you had in 2025. The world has changed. AI is everywhere. Strategy is now cheap. Success belongs to those who master execution, who do more, better, faster, and actually enjoy the process. I look back over the last decade of my life and realize that 90% of what I thought led to success was cosplay. I've distilled the remaining 10% in 26 hard truths. And these are not motivational quotes, these are operational upgrades for your brain. If you're gonna crush this year, you don't need more information, you need to listen to what I'm about to share with you and actually use it to upgrade your filtering of reality. Let's build a better filter. Now, quick pause. If you're actually serious about executing with peak clarity, focus, and consistency every single day, we've worked hundreds of founders, remove procrastination and burnout by about 90%, triple the productivity within about 6 weeks, and we're rated 4.7 on Trustpilot. So if you truly want to succeed fast, the easy way, book a call with us. Truth number one, anything is possible, not everything. Asymmetric results come from obsession compounding in the right direction. So you must commit to one game, the game that feels most meaningful to you, the game you cannot fathom not playing, the game that will be okay with losing even if you try your hardest. So you must find a game that you're absolutely enthralled by, something that captures your imagination, something that you can't wait but wake up every day in order to build it. For me, it's Selfmastered, but you have to find your own game because everything else becomes easier once this is locked in. Truth number two, without a clear sense of identity, values, and direction, you can't filter signal from noise. Build the filter first to avoid drowning in the 99% of things that don't matter. See, the world wants you to be a mere number. It does not care about your specific path. It does not care about who you are. So you must absolutely assert yourself. You must build yourself from the inside out and actually make sure you succeed at the game you selected in truth number one. If you have erratic thoughts, if you're emotional over the place, if your behaviors do not reflect your ambition, if you don't know who you truly are at the core, it's going to be impossible to succeed. Truth number three, AI has made strategy cheap. The only mode left is agency, deciding, moving, executing consistently under uncertainty, then learning from your mistakes. You can go to ChatGPT or Claude right now and ask them what's the best strategy at your disposal to make $1 million in the next 12 months. And it's going to give you a reasonably great strategy, but it's not going to be able to do it for you. That's your job. Execution is the only mode. So spending time becoming high agency, learning how to master your instinctive impulses, how to deploy the right behavior even when you don't feel like it, is the highest ROI that you can have. Because you can buy the most expensive course in order to build the most arcane, insanely useful skill. But if you can't consistently do it, when you're running on low sleep, when you're highly stressed, when the world is competing for your attention, you will not succeed. So build high agency. Truth number four, your brain evolved for safety and status, not consistent clarity, focus, and performance. To succeed, you must train those skills because they are trainable. You've been told that some people are just very talented, that you're just born with focus and clarity and performance and consistency, or you're just not born with it. No, there's no such thing as an untrained genius. Genius from the outside is just the reflection of training on the inside. It's having someone who has mastered the skill of prioritization, obsession, compounding, and mastering automatic thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to fulfill that mission. Truth number five, only 3 timelines matter in goal setting. 10 years, which is the direction, 90 days, which are the priorities, and 7 days, which is the weekly sprint. Everything else is a cosplay. Every 1 year, 3 year, 5 year goal is just cosplay. 3 months is the sweet spot in which you have somewhat control of what you can achieve. But you don't play the game on 3 months increments. You play it every single week. So mastering every week is what gives you the ability to master the quarter. But 3 months worked on the wrong thing are still wasted time. So we need a 10-year goal, 10 years down the line, something that illuminates our obsession, that provides a guiding light for us to aim at. So 10 years, 3 months, 1 week, that's the only goal setting framework you need. It's the one that I teach my clients. Truth number 6, your edge is not being the smartest or the most knowledgeable. It's being the founder who still executes on day 400 when it's boring, complex, and no one's watching. Back to the idea of agency. Anyone can have a great strategy handed by a artificial intelligence, but very few can consistently execute on it until successful. It doesn't really matter the type of business you build, it matters that you are willing to dedicate a decade of your life, because if you do, I guarantee you'll be successful. Hard truth number 7. Your results are a lagging indicator of your execution, which in turn is a leading indicator of your performance. If you want better results, you have to improve your performance. Your performance is how you deal with reality. It's your ability to think the right things, feel the right things, and do the right thing. It implies mastering yourself at the soul, mind, and body level. It's having control of your nervous system, of your conscious and your subconscious mind, at everything that pertains to how you navigate the world. It's never manifestation, it's never any bullshit other than you showing up at your best every single day and doing the right thing. Harsh truth number 8. Winners aren't more motivated to win than losers. There are more conditions to endure discomfort longer than other things is rational. See, there's this idea that there's just great tactics and strategies that can work instantly to make you successful. Those are few and far between. Winners are just relentless workers who chose a game they like so much that they couldn't fathom not playing it. And that is why they win. Harsh truth number 9. He who cares the most about winning sabotages the win. The ultimate performance state isn't willing to win, it's calmly expecting to win. If you care a lot about an outcome, you are most certainly going to sabotage it. You've been conditioned to believe that if you obsess about something, you will manifest it. That's just not how it works. Because the more you care about the outcome, the more you sabotage the very own behavior that is going to lead to that outcome. You will never see an elite athlete worrying about petty stuff in the finals of the championship or whatever. They're all calm, collected, and in control. Focus on the game, hoping the outcome actually matches his expectations. So it's not about caring a lot about the win, it's about mastering the process and hoping the score fixes itself. Harsh truth number 10. Context switching isn't the deadliest addiction. It feels productive while it destroys focus, depth, and meaning. Every time you switch tasks, you are accumulating cognitive debt. Your brain literally slows down and you end up being incapable of focusing for a long time, of making great decisions that are actually well thought out. Every time you switch screens, every time you look at short form video, every time you do anything that isn't sustaining focus for long enough to get results, you are conditioning yourself to be able to not do it in the future. So over time, this addiction, which seems harmless, really destroys any chances of success. So stop wasting so much time on short form content. Stop context switching. Work with time blocks and be very specific about the results you want every single day. Harsh truth number 11. You can make a decade worth of progress by executing 1 year at peak performance, because I've seen it. My job is to literally train and coach founders, and I've seen insane transformation within a 1 year time span. I'm talking people who had been stuck at the same level for 1, 2, 3, even 4, even 5 years in one case. And by re-architecting how you think, how you feel, how you execute, what you execute on, how you show up, and how you get feedback from your execution, everything changes. Because if you're very skilled but you cannot even execute on those skills, you're never gonna go anywhere. Harsh truth number 12, procrastination is self-protection. Don't try to outwork it. Let go of your subconscious triggers first. Say you've been told that procrastination is a time management problem. It isn't. It is an ego management problem. It's an emotional hiccup. You don't feel like at the subconscious level to do the task. And that's okay. But you cannot solve it by trying to outwork that feeling, because you're only going to go deeper into burnout. The solution is to really re-architect that subconscious. Is to understand what part of you is not okay with doing that task, but typically is a fear of failure, sometimes fear of success. And let go of that trigger. Let go of that association between the task itself and your fear, so that you can execute cleanly without feeling like something within you is in danger. Harsh truth number 13, you can 10x your progress by closing all loops daily. Every open loop taxes your attention and diminishes your confidence. See, if you right now watching this video, you committed to closing all loops every single day. So every single task that you start on any given day, you finish it that day. Every decision that needs to be made is made within the day. I can guarantee you're going to move 10 times faster. Things are going to compound much more quickly. And in my work with founders, I've noticed that those who are consistently making fast choices, they always have the best result. It is a mathematical law. So if you feel like you're struggling in this department, if you do not make decisions fast, I encourage you to work on this, because this is one of the fastest predictors of success. Harsh truth number 14. The fastest way to improve your life is to learn to love the task you're avoiding. This is very important because you've been told that you must absolutely follow your passion or you must delegate anything you don't feel like doing. Both of those approaches are wrong. True elite founders, elite performers see no task beneath them, and they absolutely learn to love it before they can delegate them out. Otherwise, you're going to be hostage to whoever you put in charge of doing that thing. I've had many founders tell me that they didn't want to learn how to do marketing or outreach. They just wanted to build an excellent product. And I've told them 1,000 times that is exactly the fastest way of building a small business, because a true elite founder must be able to do anything within the business. I'm not against you delegating outreach once you know how it's done, once you have a firm grip of reality around that. Harsh truth number 15, optionality feels like freedom, but is actually entropy. Too many doors open is how founders avoid commit to one game long enough to compound. I fall for this many times in my life because I've done many times. I've been an investor, an entrepreneur, a journalist, an architect, a university professor. Like, I do a lot of things and I've done a lot of things in the past. My CV is stacked, but I realize now that most of those choices were just hedging. I could have moved 10 times faster if I just committed to the thing that made the most sense to me. In this case is self-mastered. So kill the maybes. And of course, kill the no's. Only find the most important thing and obsess over it. Harsh truth number 16. Under pressure, you don't execute your goals or your plans or systems. You execute your training, whatever you've rehearsed 1,000 times. So train yourself to default to clarity, focus, and consistency. See, there's this talk of the town about you don't fall for your goals, you fall for your system. And that is only a partial truth. What you truly default to is your training, is your mental defaults, is how your brain is wired to perform under pressure. You can give me the absolute most elite system to build a rocket to get to Mars, and I will have no idea of how to actually do it because my brain has never dealt with that situation before. I am not conditioned to make decisions that regard rocket science. I have no idea how that works. Neither do you. If you truly want to succeed, you must go beyond just setting goals and designing systems. You must condition your mind to perform. That is the highest level of guarantee you can have that you'll be successful. Hard truth number 17, your team will never outperform its leader. If your team is lacking, look at yourself first. See, I've spoken to hundreds of founders over the years, and some of them told me that the team did not perform at the level he wanted them to perform. And in 9 out of 10 cases, it's because they themselves were not performing at the level they knew they could. That's why they hired us, because they knew they could show up differently. And as soon as they started showing up differently and start implementing what we taught them to their teams, the teams naturally improve their performance. So if your team is not at the level you want it to be, look within. Understand where are you not showing up the way you know you can, and actually do something about it. Hard truth number 18, willpower is for building systems, not powering through them. Use it once to design an environment where execution becomes automatic. See, if you rely on willpower to do the right thing every single day, I can guarantee you're playing business and life on hard mode. You will never see an elite founder, elite performer having to negotiate against themselves and rely on willpower to get the right things done. It's all about systems. It's all about designing the right nudges in your behavior so you gravitate towards doing the right thing. It's about having the phone on another room every day so you are not tempted to check check it. It's about preloading all the tasks you need to do the following day, the night before, so you don't think about what needs to be done. It's about having a daily meeting with your team to address all the issues in the company to avoid them spilling into your work. And that is playing business on easy mode. And I highly encourage you do it. Harsh truth number 19. Gray zone work trains mediocrity. Half-focused effort becomes a habit, and soon you can't access real focus even when you want to. See, the brain is constantly wiring itself to get good at whatever you tell it needs to get good at. So if by definition you engage in gray zone work in which you're half on, not really focused, checking your phone in a couple of days, and really half-assing everything that you do, over time, the brain literally becomes very good at half-assing everything. So never engage in gray zone work. It's much better to work just a few hours every day and then rest wholeheartedly than half-assing a 12-hour workday, because that is never going to help you build a better business. Hard truth number 20. Most founders are not drowning in work. They're drowning in indecision, but refusing to kill options, which murders momentum and clarity daily. See, if your mind is not single focused on the thing that you have told it you must focus on, you're wasting energy. You're burning mental cycles on things that don't need to be done at all. So if you don't close loops, if you don't make decisions within the same day, you're murdering your chances of success. So by all means, absolutely avoid this. Hard truth number 21. Your real identity isn't the polished LinkedIn version that you think it is. It's whether you did the right thing last Tuesday at 11 p.m. when you were absolutely exhausted and you could have avoided it or scrolled instead. Your identity is what you have trained your brain to think, believe, and do when it matters most. It's not who you say you are, it's what you do when you don't feel like putting on a mask. That's your identity. And that's the most important thing you must train if you want to be successful. Harsh truth number 22. If you don't defend your attention like it's your revenue, someone else will rent it. Slack will, Instagram will, your inbox definitely will. Your power does not come from your thoughts and your emotions on your behaviors, unlike what every self-development guru has told you. No, the power comes from your attention. It is your attention to positive thoughts. It's your attention to useful behavior that actually yields thoughts and behavior its power. But if your attention is sequestered by technology, if you are constantly being pinged and nagged by external inputs that ruin your focus and attention, you'll never be in control of your cognition, your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. So you absolutely must learn to train your attention. How? Through meditation, through mindfulness, by spending time in silence, by fine-tuning your ability to pay attention to detail. There's many ways in which we train our clients in take control of their attention, and that is what yields them the highest ROI. Harsh truth number 23. I've seen founders accomplish more in 3 hours of actual deep work than most people do in 3 days of being busy. Time is not a constraint, attention is. And if you watch our case studies, you will see how they would say that they could do more in a morning than they previously did in a full 3 days. Why? Because they take control of their attention. Because they learn how to get in the zone, how to unleash a flow state and actually work like elite performers. So if right now you are caught in mediocre 12-hour days in which your attention is all over the place, realize that's the highest opportunity for you right now. To take control of your attention, master your ability to focus, and get more done in one day than most people do in a full week. Harsh truth number 24. Strategy isn't what you choose to do. It's the discipline to say no to 100 good ideas so you can stay focused on the great idea that actually compounds. Again, it all boils back to being obsessed with the right game, obsessed with doing the right thing, obsessed to building a life journey that is worth suffering from. And the best strategy that I can give you is to define that. Understand what is the thing you're going after and say no to everything else. This implies saying no to a lot of very fun things now so you can say yes to all of them once you've made it. I know this is not easy advice to implement, but it is the one you need to hear. It's not about who can do more. It's about who can do less with more depth, more meaning, and more compounding power. Harsh truth number 25. Peak performance is not motivational garbage, like some of my clients used to say before we worked together. It's real operational upgrade. You install the habits you need to succeed. You debug what breaks and you upgrade the defaults until execution is automatic. That's the most important intervention you can do for yourself. It's learning to show up at 10 out of 10 performance every single day without falling for self-development scams or manifestation bullshit, by actually tweaking the mechanism between your mind and your body to get what you need. And finally, harsh truth number 26 is that hopeful founders wait for the perfect moment. Inevitable founders have a system they trust to execute even when nothing feels perfect, because nothing will ever feel perfect. If you need things to be perfect for you to get things done, you are already too late. Winners win because they choose to win by moving faster than anyone else, learning and compounding while others are still waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. So now you know the 26 truths of the 10% that I found useful to make me successful. Now it's all about executing on these truths. It's about ruthlessly trimming down your to-do list. It's about obsessing to the most important game that you can imagine for your life. It's about debugging your identity so only aligned thoughts, emotions, and behaviors are actually entertained. It's about actually taking control of your attention. In essence, it's about becoming the kind of founder that can actually fulfill these truths. If you need our help and our system to consistently get things done and let go of any subconscious triggers, book a decoding session with us. Within 45 minutes, we'll map the exact pattern blocking your execution and give you a personalized roadmap that you can follow to level up, all based on the 26 truths that I just shared with you.